Chosen One, this message didn't find you by accident. God led you here for a divine reason. You've felt it for a long time, that quiet stirring inside, that deep inner knowing that you're here for something bigger than ordinary life. You've walked through pain that didn't make sense, been isolated when you only wanted connection, and faced opposition that seemed unfair. But none of it was wasted. Everything you went through was spiritual training, not for survival, but for transformation. You were sent to this planet in this exact generation to help rewrite its spiritual frequency, to shift humanity back into alignment with divine order. You are not here by chance. You are part of heaven's plan to restore balance and awaken truth. Let's break this down into 7 chapters to help you understand your divine assignment in full clarity. Before we dive deep, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Because this message isn't just content, it's a divine confirmation for the chosen ones. And a heartfelt thank you to everyone who's been supporting through Super Thanks. God bless you richly. Your love, your energy, and your consistency do not go unnoticed. To all of you who continually watch, listen, and align, you are part of something sacred that heaven itself is orchestrating. If your spirit feels this frequency, type 77 in the comments right now. That number isn't random. It's a sacred signal to the Most High and the universe that you're ready. Ready to remember who you truly are. Ready to walk in your divine authority. Ready to help rewrite the spiritual blueprint of Earth. Not everyone will make it to the end of this message. Only the truly chosen, those who stay, will receive deeper revelation, divine clarity, and prophetic insight about the role they play in the restoration of Earth's original design. This isn't just a message. It's a transmission, a living word, a spiritual download unfolding piece by piece through your spirit. Watch it again whenever you feel led, because each time you do, another layer of divine truth will activate within you. Chosen One, this is your confirmation. You were sent to rewrite the spiritual blueprint of Earth. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. The Divine Deployment. Chosen One, before you ever took your first breath, your spirit was briefed in heaven. You didn't just appear on Earth by chance, you were sent. You were chosen long before time began. Set apart as a vessel of light, carrying sacred codes written deep within your soul. You were entrusted with a mission, one that could only be fulfilled by you. In the realm of spirit, you were aware of what awaited you, the trials, the pain, the rejection, and still you agreed. You said, "Send me." You didn't come here as just another human being. You came as a spiritual emissary, clothed in flesh but carrying divine essence. You were sent here not to blend in, but to break through, not to follow, but to lead, not to echo the noise of the world, but to bring forth the sound of heaven through your presence and actions. Before your birth, the heavens aligned to create the perfect conditions for your awakening. Your parents, your lineage, your environment, none of it was accidental. You were strategically placed in a specific timeline, born into a specific family, and sent into a specific environment, because that exact combination would activate what heaven deposited within you. That's why you've always felt different. Even as a child, you could sense things others couldn't. You didn't fit into the world's mold because your spirit came from a higher dimension. You've always been too much for some and too different for others, but that difference is your divine signature. The confusion, the loneliness, the setbacks, they weren't punishments. They were preparations. Every time you cried, every time you broke, every time you thought it was over, heaven was watching, refining, and strengthening you for what's ahead. You were being forged in the fire of opposition so that when your moment arrived, you would stand unshakable. Chosen One, you didn't come here to conform, you came to transform. You carry within you frequencies that shift atmospheres. When you walk into a room, energy changes. Not because of who you are in the flesh, but because of the spirit operating through you. Every storm you faced was an attempt to make you doubt who you are. But what the enemy didn't realize is that the pressure only pushed you closer to purpose. The fire didn't destroy you, it purified you. The isolation didn't break you, it revealed you. You are a divine operative stationed on earth for a specific assignment. Though you may not remember every detail of that heavenly briefing, your spirit does. Every time you feel that strong pull toward truth, that inner knowing that can't be explained, it's your soul remembering who you are. God didn't make a mistake when He chose you. You were sent as a solution to a spiritual problem, a light to counter a specific darkness, a voice to awaken sleeping souls. You're not here just to survive. You're here to activate. The earth needs your frequency exactly where you are. Don't doubt that. You were placed, not misplaced. You were planted, not abandoned. Every pain was prophecy. Every trial was training. And every delay was divine timing, preparing you for your ultimate unveiling. You're not just living, you're carrying out an assignment from heaven. And now, the time for remembrance has come. Chapter 2. The Awakening of the Soul. Some point, chosen one, you began to question everything: life, religion, systems, reality itself. That moment was not confusion, it was activation. You started sensing that something about this world felt off. Like a veil was covering the truth. You looked around and realized how easily people follow without thinking, believe without questioning, and conform without understanding. But deep inside, something in you refused to stay asleep. That voice that whispered, "There's more than this," wasn't rebellion, it was remembrance. Your soul began to recall who you truly are, not just a name, not just a body, but a divine essence wrapped in human form. You are spirit having a temporary experience in flesh, not flesh trying to find spirit. The awakening of your soul was not a random event. It was a divine appointment written into your destiny. You didn't stumble into awareness. You were summoned into it. It happened the moment your frequency aligned with heaven's timing. The spiritual blueprint of earth was pure in its original design. In the beginning, this realm was a reflection of heaven, a place where harmony, peace, and divine order flowed freely. Every soul understood its purpose and connection to the source. There was no separation, no fear, no manipulation, but somewhere along the way, darkness infiltrated the system. The vibration of humanity dropped, and the illusion of division took root. Ego replaced unity, control replaced compassion, and power replaced truth. The world became an imitation of what it was meant to be, a shadow version of divine reality. And that's when the awakening began. Heaven started sounding the alarm, not in the sky but in souls like yours. The chosen began to feel restless, discontent with surface-level living. You started to sense that there's something deeper beneath everything you were taught. You began to see patterns, synchronicities, numbers, dreams, and visions that didn't make sense logically, but resonated spiritually. Those weren't coincidences, they were confirmations. They were heaven's way of saying, it's time to remember. Every download you receive, every intuitive nudge, every recurring dream. These are fragments of the original blueprint being reinstalled into your consciousness. The veil is thinning. You are being reminded of divine truths you once knew before this life began. That's why sometimes your spirit feels ancient, because it is. You've carried knowledge and wisdom through lifetimes, stored in your spiritual DNA, waiting for the right frequency to awaken it. The awakening is not comfortable. It often feels like your entire reality is collapsing. People you once trusted drift away. Beliefs you once held no longer feel right. Habits, desires, and attachments begin to lose their grip. That's because your soul is being recalibrated to a higher vibration. The things that once resonated with your lower frequency can no longer exist in your new state of being. You're not losing, you're shedding. Every loss is a release of what no longer aligns with your divine truth. Chosen One, you were never meant to conform to the world's illusions. You came here to restore the original design, to bring balance where there is chaos, to bring light where there is deception, and to speak truth where silence has reigned for too long. When your consciousness awakens, you become a mirror through which others remember their own divinity. You start to see that every soul carries a spark of the same source, and the division we've been conditioned to accept is the greatest lie of all. You begin to feel more connected to nature, to energy, to spirit, to God, because awakening reconnects you to everything the illusion tried to separate you from. But you, Chosen One, were never built to accept the narrative without question. That inner unease wasn't rebellion, it was revelation calling you higher. You began to see what others couldn't. You noticed how information is filtered to control perception, how fear is used to manipulate emotions, and how division is constantly fed to the masses to keep them disconnected from truth. You started recognizing that what the world calls normal is often a form of spiritual slavery. The illusion is so polished that those who remain within it believe they are free, when in reality they're simply conditioned. But you, Chosen One, were born with spiritual sight. You can see through the veil. Your discernment allows you to recognize when something doesn't align with divine truth. You can sense lies hidden behind smiles, energy behind words, and motives behind actions. This sensitivity isn't a burden, it's a divine gift. God gave you eyes that pierce through deception because your mission is to help others awaken from it. These systems were designed to separate humanity from its source. Education teaches memory, not wisdom. Media programs fear, not truth. Politics preaches division, not unity. Even religion, once pure and sacred, has been infiltrated by hierarchy and control, teaching people to seek God externally instead of discovering His presence within. The enemy's greatest weapon is distraction, to keep you too busy, too afraid, or too entertained to notice your divine potential. But you, Chosen One, are here to break that pattern. You are a living disruption to darkness. Your consciousness itself is a form of resistance. When you raise your vibration, you automatically weaken the hold of lower frequencies in your environment. You don't have to fight physically or argue verbally. Your awakening alone destabilizes everything built on falsehood. That's why the system targets you. It tries to silence you through doubt, isolation, or fear. It sends distractions in the form of people, temptations, and chaos to lower your vibration. It tries to convince you that your insight is too much. But understand this. The reason you've been attacked so heavily is because your light exposes what others try to hide. Your role is not to fight these systems with anger, but to transcend them with higher consciousness. When you operate in love, awareness, and divine truth, you become a frequency that the system cannot manipulate. You live above its influence. Your peace becomes your protest, and your vibration becomes your weapon. Understand this, Chosen One. Truth doesn't need to argue, it only needs to be revealed. You are that revelation. Chapter 4. The Blueprint Within You. Chosen One, the spiritual blueprint you came to restore isn't something you must go out and find. It already lives within you. It was encoded into your being before you entered this realm. Buried deep within your DNA are divine instructions, sacred codes written by the Creator Himself. You are not random. You are intentional, designed with precision and purpose. Your soul carries ancient data from realms beyond human comprehension, and it awakens at specific moments in your journey. Every trial, every revelation, and every moment of stillness or struggle is part of the activation sequence. The divine doesn't reveal the full map all at once. The blueprint unfolds gradually, layer by layer, as your consciousness expands. Pain activates one part, prayer unlocks another, and obedience aligns the rest. The moments you thought were breaking, you were actually awakening dormant strands of light within your spirit. Each time you chose faith over fear, compassion over resentment, and integrity over compromise, you were triggering divine codes that had been waiting to awaken. Your body is sacred architecture. It houses the spiritual technology of heaven. Your DNA carries memory beyond this lifetime, memories of ancient wisdom and encounters with the divine. That's why you sometimes feel drawn to certain knowledge or places you've never seen. Your spirit recognizes what your mind can't recall yet. That pull toward truth and that sense of déjà vu when you hear spiritual revelation, all of it is your inner blueprint coming online. Every time you meditate, pray, or align with stillness, you're fine-tuning that connection. Every act of love and truth reactivates your divine design. Your vibration harmonizes with heaven's frequency, and you become a transmitter of divine order. When your thoughts align with truth, your presence becomes healing. You don't have to announce who you are. Your energy speaks for you. That's why your presence shifts rooms. Some are drawn to it because their souls recognize home in your vibration. Others feel discomfort because your light exposes what's unhealed within them. They're not reacting to you, they're reacting to the divine resonance you carry. You are not here to judge, but to awaken. Chosen one, you are not just on earth. You are anchoring heaven on earth. Your thoughts are prayers, your emotions are frequencies, and your actions are sacred rituals. When you forgive, you dissolve energetic chains that stretch across generations. When you love despite betrayal, you restore parts of the divine pattern darkness tried to corrupt. You are a walking portal, a bridge between realms. Heaven and earth converge through you. That's why your journey feels heavy at times, because you're carrying frequencies humanity has forgotten how to hold. You are proof that light can exist in darkness and remain pure. Chosen one, the blueprint isn't in a book or a building, it's in you. Every challenge and victory draws that pattern closer to the surface. You were sent not to mimic the old, but to manifest the new. Your life is the evidence of heaven made visible on earth, the living connection between what was, what is, and what's to come. Chapter 5, The War for Your Blueprint. Understand this. Chosen one, if God sent you to restore and rewrite the spiritual blueprint of earth, then you must also understand that darkness will wage war against your personal blueprint. The greater your assignment, the greater the opposition. The forces of darkness are not after your possessions, your reputation, or even your relationships. They are after your alignment. Because as long as you're aligned with heaven, your frequency threatens the agenda of deception that has ruled this realm for ages. The attacks you faced weren't random, they were strategic. Every emotional wound, every betrayal, every season of confusion was a direct attempt to distort your inner design. The enemy knows that if he can twist your perception, he can delay your mission. If he can bury your faith beneath pain and fear, he can silence your spiritual authority. That's why your warfare has always been personal, why it attacked your heart, your peace, your purpose, and your identity. But here's the truth. What the enemy meant for destruction, God used as purification. Every tear, every heartbreak, every sleepless night was alchemy, a refining fire burning away the parts of you that couldn't carry divine light. You didn't just survive those seasons, you were recalibrated through them. You've been through emotional warfare because your heart is the gateway to your power. The rejection you faced was training you to love without attachment. The betrayal was teaching you discernment without bitterness. The loneliness was conditioning you to walk with heaven even when no one else understood your path. The loss you endured was pruning, not punishment, a clearing of space for divine restoration. These weren't random attacks. They were permissions for transformation. Every pain that tried to paralyze you became a portal that pushed you deeper into your divine identity. Chosen one, understand that the war for your blueprint is not fought with fists or words. It's fought with frequency. The battlefield is your mind and the weapon is awareness. Every time you rise above fear, you win. Every time you forgive what others say is unforgivable, you shift realms. Every time you choose peace when chaos surrounds you, you reclaim spiritual territory. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory. Your endurance, your faith, and your light are the proof that darkness failed to rewrite your code. Each trial you've endured has revealed something powerful about you. Your unbreakable connection to the source. The pain didn't disconnect you from God. Chapter 6. The New Earth Frequency Chosen One. The Earth is evolving, not just physically, but spiritually and energetically. The old structures that once governed humanity are collapsing. Systems built on fear and deception can no longer sustain themselves under the weight of truth. What looks like chaos is actually divine correction. The Earth is cleansing itself, and you are sent not only to witness this shift, but to participate in it. You are a carrier of the new frequency, the vibration of love, truth, and divine awareness that is anchoring heaven into this realm. The new Earth isn't a destination, it's a vibration. It's a realm of consciousness where unity replaces division, compassion replaces control, and truth dismantles illusion. It's the energy of Eden restored, not as a place but as a frequency within awakened souls. You are one of the living temples through which this energy flows. Every thought you purify, every emotion you heal, and every act of love you embody strengthens this new grid of light across the planet. You may have felt time shifting, your senses heightening, or your energy becoming more sensitive. That's because your spirit is tuning into higher frequencies that most can't yet perceive. You are no longer resonating with the old world. Your energy is aligning with divine reality. The Earth's vibration is rising, and those who carry light are rising with it. Chosen One. Heaven is not descending from above. It's being born through you. You are the bridge between realms, the conduit of divine energy in human form. Every time you speak truth, act in love, or pray in faith, you help anchor this new frequency into the physical dimension. You are part of a global grid of light bearers who transmit healing energy into the collective field. Even unseen, your energy shifts atmospheres, opens hearts, and restores balance. Each time you forgive when you could have fought, or choose faith over fear, you raise the vibration of Earth. You are helping restore divine order where chaos once ruled. When you speak truth, you awaken codes in others. When you meditate with pure intention, you heal far more than you know. But as this awakening unfolds, resistance will come. Darkness fears the light you carry because your energy destabilizes deception. Yet you are divinely protected, chosen, equipped, and backed by heaven's authority. The only way to lose is to forget who you are. The moment you remember, your power returns. The new Earth isn't built by hands but by hearts. Every soul that embodies light becomes a pillar of the new world. You are one of those pillars, steady, radiant, unshakable. The new Earth exists wherever love leads and truth reigns. You are the living evidence that divine evolution is already here. Chosen One, rise and live in that awareness. You are the bridge, the anchor, the evidence of heaven made manifest. The blueprint of Earth is shifting because you're here. Chapter 7. The Legacy of Light. Chosen One. Your mission isn't just about now, it's about eternity. You were sent as a continuation of a divine legacy, a lineage of light bearers who've carried truth through the darkest times. You are not the beginning or the end. You are the bridge between what was and what's to come. Every truth you speak and every act of love you express echoes across generations. You are a chapter in a divine story heaven has been writing since creation. You are part of a sacred lineage, not by blood, but by spirit. Prophets, seers, and mystics before you carried the same light you now hold. Their courage kept the flame alive, and now it burns in you. You are the modern expression of an ancient promise, the living answer to prayers whispered by generations before you. You are not walking alone. Heaven's army walks with you. The ancestors of light and the angels of the Most High stand beside you as you fulfill your calling. When you move in obedience, heaven moves with you. You are surrounded by unseen witnesses cheering you on from realms beyond sight. The world may not recognize your mission, but the spirit realm does. That's why your presence shifts atmospheres and your words pierce illusion. Even when you feel unseen, your energy is felt. You are not here to impress the world. You are here to imprint heaven upon it. The legacy you're building isn't fame or wealth. It's frequency and faith. Long after your body fades, your vibration will still echo through generations. Chosen one, every time you overcome darkness, you rewrite the code of human possibility. When you choose love over bitterness and truth over fear, you embed new patterns into Earth's consciousness. Future generations will inherit the foundation you're building now.